Harper One and HarperAudio present How to Fall in Love with Questions, A New Way to Thrive in Times of Uncertainty by Elizabeth Weingarten. Read by Lauren Ezzo. A note before we begin. Don't forget to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider. It contains a questions map from the book. To my mom, dad, husband, and son, my love for all of you is never in question. Introduction. It was one of those nights I barely slept. Lying in bed in late June, next to my oblivious husband, I felt my heart pounding in my ears, my chest tight with anxiety. If I did manage to sleep briefly, it was not the kind of sleep that helps you sort through a potentially disastrous life decision. It was certainly not the kind that people talk about when they tell you to sleep on it. But I didn't need to sleep on this decision. Or at least, I didn't think so. For months, I'd been feeling barbs of doubt and uncertainty. At first, only during certain moments. Eventually, I couldn't stop thinking about them. These questions that wouldn't leave me alone. The decision materializing before me that I knew could blow up my life. The decision I needed to make, because not knowing what to do, and floundering in that feeling, felt much worse than just doing something. By that June night, my body was sending me a clear signal. Enough uncertainty, enough doubt. Answer the question and do what you have to do. That morning, as my husband rolled out of bed to make coffee, I slumped over to the couch and told him, tearily, that we needed to talk. As he sat down next to me with his steaming mug, a concerned look on his face, I told him that I'd been asking myself a question in the months since we'd gotten married, and I finally knew the answer. The question: should we get a divorce? This is not a book about marriage. It's a book about uncertainty. It is the book I would have liked to read when I was poised to detonate my relationship, or at various other points in my life when I wrestled with huge existential questions and had no answers. Often, during those moments, I would pick up books or listen to podcasts, seeking refuge in the latest self-help, pop psychology, or New Age spiritual book to feel less alone, or to find answers that might help me through a rough patch. Invariably, predictably, within those pages, I would encounter this phrase: embrace uncertainty. Typically, when this nostrum pops up in books, TED Talks, or magazine articles, it is meant to be a solution, a call to action for those of us who do not feel like nuzzling up to the uncertainty in our lives and giving it a big bear hug. If we could just embrace uncertainty, these advice gurus assure us, if we could let it settle in, bake it cookies, and invite it to stay a while, then we'd eventually banish our psychological demons. But these gurus are missing the point. If we could embrace uncertainty in all aspects of our lives, we'd also be a different species. We humans are programmed to try to dispel doubt and uncertainty, to seek the comforting bedrock of certitude. This book is not about banishing uncertainty. It's about finding a different and healthier relationship with it, whether or not you want to embrace it. This book is also about the unexpected and often painful consequences we encounter when we try to rid ourselves of doubt by seeking fast, easy answers to some of our biggest questions. The idea for this book emerged from my own humbling, messy journey to change my relationship with uncertainty during a tumultuous period of my life. It is a journey you'll witness throughout these pages, and one that continues today. Maybe the phrase embrace uncertainty makes you too cringe, and yet you're struggling with big unanswered questions in your own life. Maybe you're asking yourself, did I choose the right life partner? Who do I want to be? Will I ever live without pain? How am I going to survive the loss of a loved one? What is my purpose? Welcome. You've come to the right place. We're in this together.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?